is the first conducted interview of Richard Trenton Chase, the vampire of Sacramento. We're going to ask him a series of questions to analyze the development of his disorder. Hey Richard. How you been?
Fine.
Well, to first start this off, we should talk about your childhood. How was childhood?
Well, it wasn't great. My parents beat me. They were always fighting, always bickering. It's pretty bad.
So there was a lot of tension between your parents.
Yeah, you could say that.
Where does this originate from?
Well, my mom was always under the impression that my dad was unfaithful, and I don't know why. Dad was whatever. And she was always saying, like, he's gonna poison me, it's whatever.
Okay. In my records, it says that you ate animals, or could you explain that?
Dogs, cats, birds, mostly. I just killed them and I drank their blood.
When did this all start?
I've been killing animals. I remember killing neighborhood cats as a child, but I only realized that I needed their blood when I was older.
You needed the blood?
It was my lifeline.
Well, it also says something about setting fires. What is that about?
Thought it was fun. Thought it was cool. Almost burned the house down. Just 'cause.
You didn't have friends, or?
It's just me.
Just, okay. This might be a hard question to answer, but you wet the bed till you were 8. Is that correct?
Yep.
Do you know why? No. Well, I think we are done with this section. We'll be back shortly.
Okay.
Well, to start off, insanity by definition is the mental illness of such severe nature that a person cannot distinguish fantasy from reality. I believe that Richard falls into this category. More specifically, schizophrenia and antisocial personality disorder. Some symptoms may include child abuse or neglect, hostility, lack of empathy, dangerous behaviors, failure to learn from negative consequences of behavior. Basically, it is shown early in life with actions like setting fires or harming animals, and gets more severe as they mature. In this interview, we analyzed most of his behaviors to relate back to the antisocial personality disorder, which I will later refer to as APD. Excuse me. He was subjected to verbal, physical, and sexual abuse during his childhood. As said by Richard, he was beaten by his parents, and he did not have any friends. I believe he was being verbally abused in school, possibly. Also conducted that his family life was very unstable. His parents were arguing a lot, and it was not going well. APD is often confused with autism, but that is not the case with Richard, I believe. Richard, we have one more question to ask. That would concern the murders. Could you explain that?
I guess my first murder was late December, but it was just a drive-by shooting. It wasn't even that big of a deal. About a month later, it was my first real killing, in my opinion. I started to realize that killing the animals just wasn't enough for me. And I kill a person. I had to drink from them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to feel my lifeline. I entered a home. I didn't know whose it was. I didn't know what their life was. It turns out the lady was pregnant. I think I shot her like 3 times or something in the head, and then I cut her open. I killed the baby inside, and I drank her blood. And like a few days after, I still had thirst, so I went to the store. I just bought some puppies just to eat them. And I realized it wasn't going to work, and I had to kill a person again. Later in the month, my final murders. It was another random house. There was a woman, a few more people. She had a baby. I killed that woman in the house, and after I killed the woman, I committed sexual acts with her, and I ate her corpse. And then the baby she had, I also ate part of the baby. And I tried to hide the baby. I don't know why. It's not like I felt bad. I ditched it by a church. Yeah, it's wrong. But what am I gonna do with it? It's just a body now. And I remember how I got caught too. A little playmate of the child came by and freaked out, screamed, called the police. But hey, because I needed to feel my lifeline, I'm on death row because of it now. That's the problem here.
Okay, Richard. Sorry we are out of time. We will maybe contact you later if we have time. But this is all for now. Thank you.